beautiful, beautiful Earth Angels. Welcome back to another daily dose of love for you, beautiful souls. Literally, just as I started speaking, you have brought the sun out, connecting to the solar angels. You're bringing your beautiful energy through. I love it. We're going to be pulling you a card from the Atlantis Oracle deck today. Many of you may connect with Atlantis, maybe have familiar past lives of Atlantis, or just feel really called and drawn and resonant with Atlantis. You guys are also bringing through such a good energy today. I'm hearing that song in my mind. It's like, I take your brain to another dimension. What is that? I think it's by The Prodigy. I take your brain to another dimension. Pay close attention. And it's like, so I'm transcending outer space, or I'm gonna send him outer space to find another race. But it's like you guys are transcending out of this place to find another race in outer space. I don't know. You guys, I just love it. You take people's brains to another dimension. Take your brain to another dimension. Okay, what Atlantis? Ooh, oh, this is very interesting. This is very interesting. You guys have the card Clairvoyance coming out. So if you're finding this reading, this is a message from your higher self, your spirit guides. A spirit guide who is particularly probably an ascended teacher from the Atlantean periods of time, working with you on your spirit guide team. Again, maybe angels, whatever you resonate with, but they're bringing through this confirmation, validation for you that you are in fact tapping into your clairvoyant abilities. They're channeling through that clairvoyance, all these clairs, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance. These are all natural skills of the human and the spirit and the soul. But you guys, you're really tapping into this clairvoyance, and your spiritual gifts are very prevalent for you. We can see angels, fairies, unicorns. The moon could have been out in daylight recently, and someone could have thought that looked really cool. But again, you can see that they're seeing fairies here, unicorns, angels, and also she is shrouded by this beautiful auric energy. So some of you, oh, this is so cool actually. So some of you, you are very clairvoyant. No matter how much you've tapped into that ability, you have the ability to be clairvoyant, no matter like if you're walking around seeing auras on everything or if you're not. If you don't see auras, your spirit guides want you to know that you have aura sight abilities. You have clairvoyant abilities. Maybe some of you see the prana in the air, and why I got so excited is because this is perfect. This backdrop is perfect if anyone wants to practice seeing auras or anything like that. Maybe just stare at the middle of me or here somewhere. My aura kind of changes. It's been kind of like, it normally comes through quite blue, maybe some greens and things like that, but recently there's been a bit of like pinky in it as well. So tell me what colors you guys are seeing. I would love that. You may be able to see it easier in this video, in this background, because we've got a nice bright light and we've got a white background as well. So tell me if you see any colors, or maybe some of you just see like a white line like this. Maybe some of you are seeing the different separated colors in the aura. Either way, some of you maybe have had past experiences of seeing orbs, or clairvoyance can also be your inner sight. Okay, it doesn't have to be on the outside realms. It can also be your inner third eye sight. So maybe for a lot of you, you have downloads coming in. You guys have very vivid dreams. Now let's put a pinpoint in that, because there's a specific message from someone's spirit team about their dreams right now that's maybe quite surprising actually. And then we have, you guys have a very vivid third eye space, imagination, your daydream space. You know, you guys, maybe when you're trying to go to sleep or you're daydreaming, you could see people in your mind's eye, in your third eye space. You could see random symbols or imagery, what is seemingly random that then you maybe go on to decode, or that becomes a synchronicity or becomes relevant in your reality somehow. Yeah, so maybe this is like you guys are receiving maybe synchronicities in your reality, or visions in your third eye space that become very synchronistic. You guys, with this clairvoyance, you could have had dream premonitions before. But again, this is to do with your third eye sight or your sight in this physical. So yes, it's connected to dreams, synchronicities, but we're really honing in on this in a way that you guys are able to see past beyond the veils. Okay, so auric fields are made up of electromagnetic frequencies past the visible light spectrum. So it's basically ultraviolet and above. And spirits and fae and angels and everything like that are also made up of electromagnetic frequencies. But again, past the visible light spectrum. We can see past the visible light spectrum as past the veil, because the eye and the self can actually see past the visible light spectrum. We can prove that because we can see auras which are higher than the visible light spectrum in electromagnetic frequency, yet we can still see them. So you guys are basically seeing past beyond the veils, past the visible light spectrum. Maybe some of you hear past the beyond the veils. You hear frequencies or noises that other people can't hear. Maybe you can literally hear the electric current within your walls in your house. Maybe you can hear things. Yeah, you are just very receptive, very sensitive. The message for those others of you about your dreams, was that you could have very vivid dreams. Now, there's a message for someone at the minute who has very vivid dreams. Maybe you've not been remembering them so much, right? Take what resonates, you guys. There is a message coming through about how someone is having spirit guide work in their dreams, or you're doing very high level spirit guide work in your dreams, and to the point where this could actually be blocked from your memory in some type of way, especially if you're someone who has very vivid dreams and through time always remembers your dreams. Maybe there's some dreams at the minute that are more foggy or cloudy or harder to remember because it seems like you're doing a deeper, higher soul work in your dreams, right? And it seems like you're going to remember these in divine time when they come into play. Sometimes you do work in your dreams that's like very futuristic, that's meant to be remembered in the future, not right now. And for others of you, this is saying like, yeah, you're going to notice something about your dreams changing. So maybe you'll start to remember them more. Maybe your dreams have become very abstract, and whilst they're in this abstract higher plane of frequency, maybe you're going to start integrating to remember more of what's happening, but it's the things you're doing are very expansive or very profound. Like you're going to different time periods, or you're connecting with angels or ancestors in your dreams, or particular deities or spirit guides. Or again, you could be going to collective shared astral plane spaces in your dreams, doing work with higher soul collectives. Something like this. You can notice a change in your dreams moving forward, or maybe there's something specific about the dreams you've been having recently or last night. I also feel like if you're seeing this reading, you're about to notice your clairvoyant abilities increase. So maybe you've been doing work with crystals, maybe you've been spending more time in nature, maybe it's the weather, maybe it's been brighter for you. There's something about your energy that's shifted, that's allowing you like an expanded sight. So maybe you guys are staring at the sky one day and you notice there's a big glow on the horizon, right, of all above all of the city line or above all the trees. And this is like, you guys can see tree auras or color energies. This can also be looking at the moon. Some of you may see really cool auras around the moon or at the sun even, you guys. You could see portals, and there could be something about your clairvoyance when it comes to forests particularly, you guys, or when you're out in nature. I'm seeing like someone who could see maybe like orbs in forests that are unicorns or fae or fairy spirit energies. Or you could also, clairaudience is being linked into this. Some of you could hear angelic choirs or something like that. Okay, last card to clarify your message. We have fifth dimension. Actually, let me read you the back of this card. It says, all the Atlanteans of the Golden Age were clairvoyant, for their third eyes were fully open. They could see the invisible realms, the angels, spirit guides, unicorns, and nature spirits. They communicated with animals and plants. Because they could see auras and their intuition was finely honed, they were aware of the feelings and energies of everyone around them. Because when we start to see people's auras, we can start to see their thoughts and feelings, because we radiate and pulsate those out as electromagnetic frequencies. And it's like, even if you guys can't see these, you've been picking up on these all your life. You're empathic, you're telepathic, you're picking up on frequencies in people's auras, energies in people's auras, right? But it's like maybe you're starting to see them now or something like this. So what have we got going on? This awareness promoted compassion and caring, also because nothing could be hidden. Everyone was open, truthful, and honest. Psychic gifts. There are many ways of seeing with your inner vision. You may physically see pictures on your inner screen. You may sense or may know. It is time to develop your third eye and trust your intuition, trust your inner vision and knowing. So this is also clarity for someone who's been seeing something in their third eye that maybe is like a very, very cool or unexplainable, or maybe you've started seeing more colors, mandalas, pictures in your third eye space. Like when you close your eyes, your inner vision maybe has been heightening, because we have aphantasia. If you guys have aphantasia, please do not worry about this affecting your clairvoyance, because there are different spaces inside the mind to access third eye sight, right? But even if you guys have aphantasia, you could be someone who's actually seeing colors in and patterns and shapes and things in your closed eye inner vision space for some of you. Okay, and then the back of this fifth dimension card says, in the golden years of Atlantis, the people maintained a fifth dimensional frequency by living in accordance with the highest spiritual values. One of their tenets, or whatever, their sayings, their laws, you know, their things, was do unto others as you would have them act towards you. As a result, they were at all times loving, welcoming, fair, cooperative, and generous. They aspired to live in love. Do unto others. If you drew this card, your guidance is to ask yourself, how would you like to be treated, and act towards others accordingly. For example, if you want someone to see your side of an argument, make sure you listen to theirs. This enables you to maintain a higher perspective on life, which will help you rise into the fifth dimension. Act towards others as you would like to be treated. This is so interesting. You guys are literally seeing and operating from a fifth dimensional state of consciousness, and that doesn't just mean like what you're seeing and perceiving. This fifth dimensional state of consciousness is also understanding that everyone is a mirror of yourself. Like it says, you may have been in situations sometimes where it's like, I feel like this person just isn't listening to me, and you may have hacked the system, because it takes separating the ego, right? Oh, there's a quote coming through. Oh, what was that quote? It was like a quote, was it by Carl Jung, something like that. I think it was, in a battle of the ego, the loser always wins, right? So it's kind of interesting. So in the battle of the ego, the loser always wins, okay? Because when we're dealing with ego, they see things as competition and, you know, who's getting that higher energetic stance. So if you're someone who doesn't even interplay with ego battles, you know, someone else, you can let other people win because you don't really care about energetically winning. You just let other people do their thing. And so the loser in any battle of the ego is always the true winner. Anyway, that was a little side message from you guys, because yeah, I was saying you could have twisted this somehow at some point in your life and made it so like this is very paradoxical how we interact with others, especially others in lower states of consciousness. So it's like by doing to them sometimes can also open up, you know, their vision of what they're not giving to us or something. Like it says here, it's like, if you feel like someone's not listening to your point in an argument, instead of trying to show them your point, you start listening to their point, and then it like almost dissolves ego sometimes, and then they're able to do the same back. This isn't always the case for everyone, okay? We have to take that with a pinch of salt, but there's something about how if you take that theme of what we were just talking about, understanding the paradoxical nature of navigating connections, communications, or dynamics energetically, because you guys are understanding maybe things from an ego level, higher self level, understanding deeper, very complex ways of interconnected workings between people, or how to navigate cycles and psychology or something like this, you guys. But accessing fifth dimensional state of consciousness. So yeah, definitely. So this is your confirmation, your message for today, beautiful souls. Maybe expect some sort of clairvoyant experience today as well, just by the, you know, we do readings every day here, so if we're pulling this today, I feel like you're going to have a clairvoyant experience either today, or you had a dream that was significant last night, or maybe you have a dream that's significant tonight. I also feel like today you're going to have an experience of seeing someone's aura, or seeing an auric field on a color, or in the sky, or seeing prana. There's something about how moving forward you're going to be kind of seeing things that are almost very, very magical, again, because you're connected to this fifth dimensional state of consciousness. And in the fifth dimension, we see things differently, we perceive colors differently. There's just different laws of physics and operation. So anyway, I love you guys so much, and I will see and speak to you all in the next reading, beautiful souls. Mwah.